Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bourbon Over Baseball with your hosts Bob and co-host Jeff and Matt. Say hello, everybody.
What up?
Oh,
So hopefully you guys have liked our last podcast and other ones. Let us know if there's any other ones you guys want to hear. We're going to continue with the NL East and going to play another team. I know last one everyone really probably loved, and it's such a killer team, but you gotta bring it down a notch every once in a while, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Right. That another song for a bad team that's better than the
Well,
team.
that technically is their Miami theme song. Is the one I found. Not much for the Florida Marlins when they were when they were Florida, and I actually preferred their teal scheme color. But
Same.
we were
for
just
sure.
talking off air about how us all Indians fans did not like the Marlins much growing up because they literally beat the Indians, and they've won 2 World Series, and I can't get the Indians to win one.
Right. That I will say, as a little kid, and I moved to. I'd been moving around from till age 6, like a bunch of years, and landed in Cleveland in '95. Immediate Indians fan because there was no Browns, and I will say, in 1997, watching the Indians lose to the Marlins on that, I believe it was that walk off when Mesa blew it, was the like a single moment of devastation for me. It, like when I was 8 years old, and I remember at that moment being like, man, this sucks. Like this doesn't feel great. And yet at that moment, I didn't know that would last until 2016.
Yeah.
for everything that happened the 8 years prior.
Right.
You didn't witness like the Jordan stuff, the '95 World.
Right, exactly. I only saw one angle of it, but that's like not even considering the rest, so which is scary.
So first up, we have Antonio Alfonseca.
You ready for the fun fact?
Oh boy. Sure.
Both hands, both feet, 6 fingers, 6 toes.
What?
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 Yep.
So what did he get a special glove?
I don't know. It's a
Did he just shove
condition
it all in
known
that
as
pinky?
polydactyl, I guess.
Dude, that's like I feel
His
like
grandfather also has it.
So
What?
he's a mutant.
yeah, he's a straight up X-Man. Like
He could throw like a 6-seam fastball.
Yeah.
I feel like his card should be better. I'm like disappointed now. Like,
Yeah.
wow, that's wild. And I think that like this card is actually, without knowing that, I was going to say this card is pretty badass. And
He had a 1.72 ERA. Now he only pitched 15 innings that year.
Oh,
wow.
So I can't believe they even gave him a card, but he was their quote unquote closer. He didn't have any saves.
No closer bonus here. Well, even though it's definitely a closer bonus.
no, he had 21 in '99.
Wait, why am I?
I will say, I want to make a side note here. With so many teams in the '99 set or the 2000 set in the '99 years being red and blue, there's just so many, and especially from a card collecting standpoint,
21 saves in '99. You're right.
Gotcha.
They had they had Matt Mantea also on that team.
Jeez.
At some point, I don't know if they had him early and then he was on the Diamondbacks at the beginning, obviously. Yeah. So interesting, but yeah, he had never mind. I was looking at Armando Almanza. So yeah, Antonio Alfonseca had 3.24 ERA with 77 innings pitched. So right. I think he's a little pricey, but I like the no doubles. I've actually never played with this card ever.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like this feel like this makes sense for what we usually look for.
I really want to draft him and talk about his 6 fingers now.
Right. But yeah, no. I will say these cards, the Marlins cards, like being a different color than just red and blue, is just the best. Like they just look so sharp. There's so much to be said for the teams that don't fall within the normal colors. Like it's just so annoying to have so many red cards and so many blue cards, and it's refreshing to have the Athletics with green and the Devil Rays with like what do they have? They have like a straight purple, I feel like. It's like a weird purple though. It might be teal. I don't know.
It's teal, yeah.
Yeah, theirs is great. Them and the Marlins actually have similar. So these card designs have always been some of my favorites.
Yeah, I really like this color scheme. I know we switched over to like black at one point, and then there's the orange, but I always liked them with the teal when they were Florida instead of Miami.
Definitely.
And I know for like us when we were trying to make cards, like we tried to get rid of just red and blue. Like we tried to use teams other
Yeah,
colors.
everyone plays with navy.
Definitely. Yeah, for real. It's annoying, and I will say the 2018 cards, which I just think look incredible. If anybody hasn't seen them, go look them up on the blog spot. They look so sharp, and especially the alternate colors just makes it work even that much more.
Yeah, the link to the blog is in the description, everybody.
Plug.
Selfless plug. Bruce Avon up next. Actually, a pretty solid person here. Is this one of their higher salary guys on their team?
He is.
It's
If I'm looking at
Preston
just
Wilson, number one.
Yeah, Preston Wilson is number one. He's actually Bruce Avon is not number two. He's number three. Castillo is number two.
Oh,
so
okay.
which is
that's the four.
But I think they just have some really because I don't know if I said this on when we were recording or not, but the Marlins are the second lowest teams in terms of the 2000 base set salary. So they seemingly have some 300-point guys. They have definitely no one above 400 or above 350 for that matter, but they've got a lot of people hovering in the low 100 ranges, which we're going to get to.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm liking this card so much. I'm trying to debate, like, I wish he was like A speed or something, like the 5 outs, huge single range, like not much doubles, and I'm spending 320 on this. I like being a 9, but it's just not enough for me.
No, because with that 9, you're guaranteed you're probably going to be on first if you get your chart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the speed be okay, it makes it up a little bit, but I just think you're not getting enough out of them.
Yeah,
right.
But this is a sweet picture. I like the eye black. He looks pretty boss.
Yeah, he looks good in this one.
Next up, Dave Berg. Another card I don't think I've ever played with.
No,
not too bad here for 260. Get an 8. Again, so many singles, but a good utility guy.
Yeah, he's a great utility player. I mean, if you have a league where guys have mandatory days off, he's great to have because you can just flip him around anywhere.
I still want to do an injury league where like you roll and people can get seriously hurt. And like things like this guy would be like great to have on your backup or in your like quote unquote minor league system or something to bring up.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm other than utility, I'm just like, and I like the on base 8, but yeah, that chart is just like at least with Avon, I feel like he could be like leading off, so it wouldn't be like the worst. Just get a single, get on base. But I think putting in an 8 is just a tough spot. This guy Berg would be somewhere in the middle of the bottom half of the lineup.
Mm-hmm. Next up is their foil, Luis Castillo.
Ooh.
So we got the 9.
I like his card.
Yeah, so you got the 9 A speed, decent second base, not too expensive. A lot of singles still, but he's got the 16 single plus, which is actually a big thing because and again, the original set, that was an automatic stolen base if second base was open. So at 16, you're basically on second, which is pretty good. Again, no homer here, but this is a good leadoff guy.
Yeah.
Big time. For 330, sure.
Yeah, I would flip between him and Randy Velarde as my second baseman a lot. I'd go back and forth with whoever I thought fit better.
Is Velarde +4?
Yeah.
Okay. How many points is he?
I want to say 380.
Okay, so he's just a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
I like Velarde's picture.
Yeah, with the throwing.
But this one looks interesting because of the teal jersey with the foil background.
Jersey looks great.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's like I know, Bob. I know you're wearing the hat right now, but I just have never the Marlins colors over the past decade have been, I think, just pretty horrible in a lot of ways. Like I don't know. Maybe it's like to Matt's point before. This teal just worked so well, and I feel like for them, like maybe coming back to that is not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's funny. Like at the time, I'm pretty sure I was probably like, because I hated the Marlins, but I was probably like, oh, they're ugly. And then when they went to Miami, they became Miami Marlins and different color scheme. I was like pumped about it. But now I'm like all about the old school. Like I don't know if that's because I'm getting older, but like the Diamondbacks throwbacks when they do like the purple jerseys is super badass.
Like their colors. Like who would have like another red team, right? Like more red and like black. I guess is not as prevalent.
The Diamondbacks have this sick gray scheme that I like right now.
That's true. But dude, nothing compares to purple and white. Like that. Those two colors together, it's just like, mwah, it's amazing.
So next up, Ryan Dempster. Pretty rough here, only getting the 14 out.
Right.
But big walk range. And we were talking about earlier how like the Tom Glavine, who's got the it was Tom, right? They were talking about with the 17.
Yeah.
This is actually a tad better though. You get the double, so it's a little rough. It's just he's 220. What do you want, people? Like you're saving some salary here. I don't want this guy. I hate 14 out people, but I don't know.
Right. For 220 at first, when I first glance, I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. But I think this is someone that you look at and say he'll probably be okay, and then he just gets completely rocked. Yeah, I just don't know. It's like it's a balancing act because if he was a 16, I'd be like all about like a 16 to 17 walk. I'd be all about it. But that 15 is just so devastating to get up. It's a big deal. It comes up more than you think.
Next up is Brian Edmondson.
Yikes.
So yeah, get the 0 here. If you need relievers and because I don't think there's many 10-point relievers, if any. I think there's some in the pennant run version of 2000, but maybe not till 2001. But you need to get salary somewhere. This could be a guy you could throw on the back end of your bullpen that you'd never hopefully have to use, and you get the 18 out. But man, you don't want this card.
No, this is awful.
Next up, Alex Gonzalez. Is this a young Alex Gonzalez? I like his chart here. The 6 on base is pretty rough. But
look at no walks and look at that single range.
This is his second year playing. He was 22.
Wow.
And he made the All-Star game that year.
He made the All-Star
in 99?
99, he made the All-Star. I don't know if that was because someone got hurt. Again, I don't know.
What? He walked his way in there. Just
he
kidding.
had 14 homers and struck out a lot. But I don't know if he was like tearing it up for the first half of the season. You know what I mean? And just got some votes. I'm not looking at splits.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But you get nothing really great here. Really big single range. But man, if you get the advantage here, that's a pretty cool 14 double, 16 triple, 18 homer range.
Right. I wish he wasn't 190 because I was going to say like him as like a 9 batter would be kind of awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That if he just happens to get the advantage in like, maybe he can get a home run or a triple or something, and then he's leading into, or just even the single, get on base or something.
Yeah, I wish he was like 110. It'd be like a sick 110 batter.
I totally agree, but he's just like almost literally twice as much as he should be.
Yeah. Next up, Mark Kotze. Again, pretty rough in 2000. I know he has a great 2001 card, but another huge single range here. But I don't even want to say but for 150. It's just not. It's not good.
No,
it's not good.
For 150.
I got a weird 15 double, 17 triple, 19 home run chart. But yeah, I don't know. 150 seems rough.
Right. It seems like it's just kind of getting zoned into these cards and kind of analyze them, and it really seems like those on base 6s are just so firmly planted in the mid 100s, and then the 7s get in the mid 200s, and the 8s get into about like 300s. It's like,
and that's why I like when you get like an 8 that just sneaks down to like the 2-something range. It seems like a stud. You know what I mean?
Right. So that really it starts to.
And
if I could get
the chart jumps him up. Like this guy is like a 100-point player. Then he has a crazy good chart, and all of a sudden he's a 150-point player. And you don't really want him because you're not going to get the advantage.
Right. It's a good chart, but it's still not like a bafflingly good chart.
No, there's too many singles.
I'm trying to think of so just as like a comparison, whenever I think of 6s that are just with devastating charts, I think about the cards that you guys created with Jack Peterson and Ryan Braun. What were the points there? On those guys?
It was in the 200s.
Yeah, 200s.
So they were more. Okay.
I think to speak to that also, we tried to make the 6s matter more because they're not going to do a lot, but when they do get their chart.
But you have to hit the statistics of the season, and that's the problem. So in this year, he only had 8 home runs, but he had 9 triples. Okay, so you got 9 triples and you're a 6. So how are you gonna get 9 triples if you're a 6? You have to, if you get the advantage, you got to hit a triple.
Yeah, for that he should probably have 3 or more triples on his chart.
He had 1 more triple than home runs. He had 23 doubles. So it's that kind of thing that you're averaging out. It's like when I get the advantage, how am I going to hit my statistics at the end of the year?
Right. To that point, have we even seen a card with 3 triples in this set?
Wasn't the guy for the Tigers?
That Louis.
Maybe was he 18 to 20 triple? I think that's true. Or
I
there was
think
we
he had
definitely
20
saw a
home
card,
run.
right, or something like that, right? It
One
was
of you
like
guys
6,
can pull it up real quick if you want to
but
double
yeah,
check.
that's true. I guess, but like it definitely still feels like there was this reluctancy to give like more double ranges on a lot of these cards.
Yeah.
I know we've said that in the past, but um, like it's weird to see on this card a kind of an equal, like if you were to get the advantage, which probably will never happen, like you're saying it's an equal chance of him getting a double as a triple, which probably doesn't follow the statistics for that year. But I also know triples are the anomaly, so they probably wanted to give him more than when they could.
So this is also the next card up. We have a young Derek Lee who was 23 in this picture, because I know he had some decent seasons with the Cubs, but obviously for this season pretty rough. But this was actually one of his down years with the Florida, because the year before he had 17 home runs, and the year after he had 28. This year, the year of this card, he only had 5. He played half a season. Looks like he got hurt.
Right before he took off, I guess.
Yeah, because there's a 2005 season with the Cubs.
Oh yeah,
50 doubles and 46 homers.
Wow.
You'll be seeing that shortly.
Oh yeah,
all right. You know that more than anyone.
He had 199 hits. I mean, he like killed it. And even the year before, he had like 32. I mean, he had a couple years of 30 home runs. He was a solid player for the Cubs. So it's interesting to see him obviously so shitty here for the Marlins. Right. But he's just not good. Again, weird +1 first base here, but you really don't want a 5 ever, and especially for 100 points.
I'm not taking him ever.
No, a 3-digit.
Next up, though, Brandon Looper, I have played with, and he's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
For 120, you're getting a 4 that doesn't give up doubles. I've played this guy a lot.
Yeah, he's great. He's super great.
Very good player. The only issue in my tournament, I believe he gave up the winning hit.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, there's that 17 to 20 single range there, but you got at that point you get what you get. But for 120, I feel like it's not bad.
No, he's just I would definitely use him.
Plus, he's wearing the teal jersey.
Also, don't type in Derek Lee. In Baseball Reference, because there's a different Derek Lee that's with 1 R.
You gotta use 2.
He only played 1 season, so don't do that one. Next up, Mike Lull, who I remember him more for the Red Sox, I believe.
Yeah, that was much later.
Yeah.
This card's, I mean, this is like exactly what I was just saying, is that like getting kind of, and Bob, what you said, like getting those guys that are like a 7 kind of in the low 200s, high 100, like high hundreds range, and then like this is exactly where he falls into that like I feel like even though he's not fast, this is good value for 200. Like I know the defense is not it's not bad though. I mean, it's third place +2 I'd be fine with, but
solid.
Like this is a solid card. Like I think this would be a solid
first
pick.
Full season playing was in 99, and then he did pretty good after that. In 2003 he had 32 homers. But he just started off kind of rough, I guess. He's just young. Is it just me, or does his head look monstrous in this photo?
It does look like that. Yeah, something looks off.
I know he doesn't really look like that because I've seen his picture, but man, it looks like his cranium is really big above his head. So, sorry, Mike. I don't want to make fun. I just think it's a bad photo of you.
Right, yeah. Was he juicing? Or is that what happened?
Yeah, his head looks like 3 times bigger than his arms. So.
Yeah. Next up, Brian Meadows.
Another next?
Yeah, I'd rather not. Again, I'd rather take the 10-point.
Move on.
I'd rather take the 10-point guys from the Rockies.
Oh,
Next up, Mike Redmond.
Good punt catcher, I guess.
Right.
So you get the good on base with a good arm, slow, huge single range. I just don't want to spend 200 points for like. Man, I don't know. I guess he's batting like last. I mean, it'd be cool if he was like your last batter, but
at least
could be your last batter, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
he just falls in that weird range. Like I want Javi Lopez,
mm-hmm.
Or like that. Actually, that catcher we just saw earlier, or was it the other day? Was like 110 points. I'd rather have him save 90 points. I know I'm punting on it. I don't end up drafting the mid-range catchers. Like I either go stellar or really shitty. What was that?
At least plus 7, at least, like you're getting your defense.
Yeah, and you got it on base. Like, you're going to get hits.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to
Yeah,
get on base.
I would
get on
like him
base.
hitting eighth for me.
I like that. I'd be all about that.
I just don't. 200. You guys willing to spend that on this?
For an on base 9 at 200 that has decent defense at catcher,
And
absolutely.
C speed though.
He said 200.9.
I know.
Like
I'm just asking.
Like I'm just saying. I think that like you can't have a whole lineup of like this. I know that like I need to like fight myself because I'm all about getting the on base guys who can't do anything except just hit a single or walk. But I think to Matt's point, like if you can strategically place him, like I think he would be a lot better than you think he'd be.
Okay,
Like
so
he
just
do
for reference, the guy I almost always draft is Alberto Castillo.
Right.
Okay, he's the guy everyone jumps on. He's 130 points. You get a 7. You get 3 more arm. Almost the exact same chart, but you get the home run.
And what's his on base?
7. You get a plus 10 arm, huge single range, but he gets the homer. Like, so you're saying for 70 more points, would you rather take the? He's not bad.
Well,
I'm not saying.
Well, in that sense, like I'm not taking him as my very first catcher. I'm saying like Pudge is gone, Castillo's gone, Lopez is gone, Kendall. Like then that's where like him and Brett Maine kind of pop up.
Right, oh yeah,
agreed.
I like Brett Maine too. Yeah.
I just think that like in terms of mid-tier catchers, like he's like for 200 points,
yeah, you're
he's
probably right.
a
I
lot...
think I'm probably overthinking it. He's probably much better than I realized. I'm going with you guys on this.
I'm gonna draft him first in our next time we do.
There you go.
Just
off
to prove
the board,
a point.
first pick for the Thanos Snappers, Mike Redmond.
Right, like what the fuck? Like,
this draft's going to shit.
I can't wait to be there for that.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Jeff?
Yeah. Next up, another 0. Dennis Springer. This one gets a ton of points for 210.
Dude,
yeah,
look terrible. At that IP7, man. IP7.
Look at his shock of his face.
What
did I just throw?
I don't think he's ever getting to the 7th inning.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god.
No shot.
But he'll never get to the 7th.
No
but
doubles.
He'll be a control 0 for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like he'll give up 7 runs and still be in the 4th.
Oh, I definitely don't want this guy. But again, no doubles.
And teal jersey.
Teal jersey. There you go. Here's the best guy of their set. It's Preston Wilson. I've actually had this guy on my team once. For 350, just getting an 8 power guy. But man, the OF 0 hurts, but he can play any position in the outfield.
Right, that's true. And
this
is a great action shot too.
Oh yeah.
At least he's terrible at all the positions.
Right.
Yeah, but he was their best player that year.
Yeah.
26 homers.
You're signing up for the offense with this guy, that's for sure.
Right. You're signing up for, to be honest, just signing up for home runs.
Yeah.
Just because the rest is like not great.
Yeah, I feel like when I was a kid and I only could buy a couple packs at a time. I think you guys heard me in the Royals podcast talk about Mark Quinn. I just because he was awesome. Like he's DH. He's terrible if I look at him now, but like I think I had Preston Wilson. He was always hitting home runs for me, and I was like, this card's awesome.
Right. Yeah, just completely just manipulated your mind.
Oh yeah, when you're a kid and you're hitting
he's so great.
Fucking great. So yeah, I mean he's whatever, but 350 is a decent amount to pay, but he hits the ball. He's an 8, solid home run range.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Next up, Brant Brown, not the Pirates one, but still a ton of home runs.
Tons.
So these pictures must be from the start of the 90 or this would be the start of the 2000, or this could be spring training.
He didn't get there till 2000, so it had to be.
Right, and then like they started doing the black sleeves, which is kind of and the pinstripes, which is a pretty cool look actually.
I actually do like that look.
But
Brant
yeah, other
Brown
than that,
only played till 2000. This was his last year when he went to the Marlins. Actually, so he started the 99. He was at Pittsburgh, so he must have got traded, and obviously in the off season, quote unquote, the pennant. And goes to Florida for the beginning of the year, and then goes to the Cubs and never plays again.
really.
So he had 16 homers in half a season, so he was averaging like 32, and that's why his Pirates card was like so ridiculous. Again, batting average like 230, on base 280, and he goes to Florida, and it's even worse, and he only has 2 home runs. So they literally took his card with the statistics then of the 99 set and just put it in for this because that's the reason why his home run range is so ridiculous.
And what was it on base on that card? Like probably had to have been. Yeah, wow. No, it's a monster chart, but yeah, nothing else. Not for 160. No, you can't spend 160 on an
This picture looks way better than the other one, but because the one he's just kind of standing, this one he's actually hitting the ball. So the other one's also a 5, but he's got the outfield +1. For 220, he only goes 1 through 2 out. He homers at 13, doubles at 7.
That is a bizarre card.
It is awesome. So we'll get to that as soon as we get to the Pirates, but pretty fun card. I've actually played with him. Again, the guy that you probably never want, and you spend way too much on a 5, but pretty funny. But I don't want this one for 160 at all.
No, absolutely not.
But it's funny. So he gets traded. They obviously projected the statistics that he would go down, I guess, but left him at the 5. So it was interesting. Next up, Alex Fernandez.
This card's great. I'm into this. For 450, is this around? I'm like, my whole baseline's off. Like, I'm trying to think about some of the other mid 400s pitchers we've seen. Like, this is about where they are, right?
Yeah, because that's the 4 out through 16,
yeah,
the
he's
5
pretty
out through
solid.
15.
Right.
He's a solid boy in this picture, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah. He is. Yeah.
He's chasing Bartolo.
Yeah.
Right.
Side note, did anybody else see that thing I tweeted on Twitter with Bartolo Colon that guy posted?
Yeah.
Where he was like going through the motion. It was all the baseball cards.
Oh, it was great.
It was sick. So, but anyway, Alex Fernandez, pretty solid here. 450 for 1 through 16 out guy. I don't mind this card at all. I wish I could have another walk instead of a single, but you get what you get. Next up, Cliff Floyd, another pretty actually solid 350 with the A speed.
Yeah, this is a. I mean, I usually will not get any players with no outfield defense. So, but like this guy as a DH would be badass. Like double. There's not many guys that double at 15 or below. At least like guys that are on base, 8, 9, and 10 that are affordable.
And A
speed and single plus at 14. Like the 1 to 5 out is probably the worst part, but for 350, nah, he's filling that DH spot for me for sure.
Yeah, I like him.
I like Cliff Floyd. Next up, Dan Macaulay,
maybe.
And I don't know what he's thinking he's gonna throw here with his squinted eyes. I'm gonna trick the fuck out of this dude.
Right, he's like, oh. Like I'm supposed to be throwing a fastball. Shit.
Yeah.
He's like a sniper, only one eye.
Yeah.
Right.
I got you, fucker. But actually decent card here. No doubles, 3 control, 1 through 16 out. I wish he was a 4, but for 120, this is Brandon Looper.
Yeah, man, that's great. Super in. There are so many relievers in the set that don't give up doubles.
Yeah.
It's honestly fucking incredible. Yeah. I've like never noticed it. We're only like 7, 8 teams in right now. Yeah. And like the ones that give up doubles are such a minority compared to the ones that don't. Like
I never noticed that either. Because like when I've always done it, I've based it off of like you were the top of like your tier, or like you have below us like a 6% extra base hit ratio.
Yeah.
I guarantee a lot of these guys have more than that.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was dictating some of this stuff. Next up, looks like Vladimir Nunez. Not too bad here.
No, he's Tony Armas Jr.
Yeah,
he's very similar to that card.
He's that middle tier, average pitcher.
Yeah, what I like here is again he's 10 more points, but the extra walk and only keeping the single to 19-20 is pretty solid.
Yeah, it's and I realized Tony Armas Jr. is actually 4, and that's why I picked him on mine. But no, I don't love doubles, but if I'm going to do it, then I need to have some sort of range that's walk heavy.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what he is.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I've never played this card, but he's not too bad. Again, I look for like the 320s when I'm looking at the threes, but or nitpicking if he's like only 20 points more. He's not too bad at all, and I think he can find a spot on some people's teams as well. With that being said, that is the Florida Marlins. So stay tuned again for next time. If you guys are listening to this, please let us know other teams that you guys want done. We'll kind of, keep going along with this. Again, right now we are shut down in Ohio for a while, and we're going to keep trying to bust out podcasts and keep everyone entertained the best we can and keep playing Showdown and love to hear feedback from people and what everyone's interested in. So any guys closing word on the Marlins?
Yeah, I'll never forgive them for beating the Indians in '97, but thank God these cards look cool as fuck.
Yeah, I do like their cards. I don't like the team. I just don't like that they trade everybody. Like you have again, we're in 2020, but you have Giancarlo Stanton, you have Marcelo Ozuna, and then you have
Yelich. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'd be their outfield right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you have literally like MVP. I guess you have Yelich MVP. You have Giancarlo, which is, I wouldn't say he's MVP, but he's like just an amazing stud. And then you got Ozuna, he's a really good player with a great defense. And like, let's just trade him. Oh, we have Miguel Cabrera. Let's get rid of him. It's like, you guys need to figure your shit out.
What is Jeter doing, right?
Well, Jeter just started there, but he also is doing the same thing.
Right.
So, all right. Stay tuned, everybody, for the next one. And, follow the blog, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel.